So back to sleep. Day 2, breakfast, of course, breakfast with a view. And now, while guys were going to the beach again to do yoga, I decided, you know what, I need to do swimming because I had prepared to swim. So they have pools on the 17th and on the 20th in Hotel Sky. The pools, for me, were a bit small, but the good thing was they can be used by anyone. Like, they're not deep end pools, and the fact that they were heated as well made it very easy to actually use them. So once that was done, I stayed in the water, I think, for about almost 1.5 hours, just enjoying myself. I went on TikTok live. People were just, I was just enjoying myself as the live was going on. And then after that, while guys had come from yoga, I was done as well. We now went to the Watershed workshop.
Oh my
Day
goodness,
2.
guys,
Day 2. And we are officially just about to go for the Creator Day event. So I'm pretty excited. And I'm learning. So here is my teacher, right here, teaching us how to vlog. These are the rest of our classmates. Hi people. Here we are with the one and only
Patricia.
the queen of dad jokes is here.
I love it. I love it.
So we are just arriving at the Watershed. Let me show you how it looks like. So here we are. It's written Watershed. Let's go take a photo. There, where you were saying.
Okay.
There, yeah. So this is how it looks. We are gonna go up there, but there's a quote that we saw here. There's a quote that we saw here. So it's written, "It takes both sun and rain for a flower to grow." That's how it looks. This is so amazing. Look at the way it looks.
Because we now were having like a smaller workshop where people shared their stories. One of the exciting things was I was able to meet Patricia Bright, huge content creator from the UK. The ladies especially were just over the moon just seeing her. It was exciting to get to meet her and even hear from her and learn from her, because she's one of the most successful Black creators that we have.
There was no conversation. I did not tell my parents. I didn't tell anybody I was doing it because I had a job and I had a good job. My parents were finally proud of me. My daughter is an accountant. She works in finance. So I couldn't tell my parents, I'm leaving my finance job. I'm leaving this industry to go and make videos on the internet. So I did it for like almost up to 2 years. They didn't know. They didn't know that I had left my job. And then eventually I just said, I'm just transitioning. I'm doing another kind of career for a little bit. But what was interesting to me is that they were like, well, as long as whatever you're going to do it well. And I don't mind. They didn't mind actually that I had transitioned into a new career. And to be honest, they didn't know what YouTube was. They didn't know it. I just said it's marketing. So it was okay.
Wow, that's fantastic. Some of us were still trying to explain it.
Sometimes you don't have to explain everything. Sometimes they're not going to get it, but when they see the checks and they see, my child is doing okay, then they'll be proud. But I think it takes them a little bit of time because in their head they're like doctor, lawyer, accountant, that's it, and they can't really see. Well, back then they couldn't see the opportunities outside, so I didn't want to traumatize them. Just them.
That's fair.
It's not an easy decision to make, especially if you're not sure, what your pay is going to be. For me, I didn't actually just quit my job and say, I'm off, new ideas, whatever. So I went from full-time, then I went to a new company that was actually an MCN. So I wanted to be in my industry to understand more. And then I went from full-time there to then 3 days a week to then 2 days a week. Then I left. Then I panicked because I wasn't making money. Then I went and got another job, a full-time job again, because it didn't work out how I thought it was going to work out. Then I went and worked that full-time job for another 6 months. And then eventually all of a sudden I got more work, and I did a mathematical equation. So when I started to see, okay, I'm getting deals, this is the value of the deals. If it continues like this for 5 years, I'll be able to outpace my potential salary. And after I did that maths, I was like, okay, I can make the decision for 1 year to quit my job and then see what happened. And after that, that's really when it kind of worked for me, that I never had to go back to a job again after that. But it wasn't an easy decision. I think as well, if you have, great skills, you've already got experience, you can always go back to work if you need to. Just have your savings, there for yourself and your family. Have that kind of pot to look after yourself. But remember that if you quit your job now, you'll get another job at some point in time, if needed, or you never know, your career may blow up and you'll never need to work again.
Just listening to her was an inspiration, because this is someone who a few years ago was at the place where I am now, and the kind of success that she has been able to get at the stage where she is. So after Patricia spoke, there was a panel of about 5 creators, one from Kenya, 2 from South Africa, and another from Nigeria. And they were just speaking about different things that we as creators go through. I think one of the biggest things that I picked up was spoken by Mama Nels, which I'm putting right now.
If you don't have the money, make sure you've got the relationship. Yeah? It's that simple. Yeah. Your net worth is your network. Yeah. That is it. And the network starts here. It really starts here. For the lady who asked the question, to this day, I sometimes employ people I was in university with 10 years ago. Why do I employ them? Because I remember how they made me feel. People don't forget how you made them feel. Yeah. So always treat each other with respect, and let that be the story of your life. Your beginning is the struggle. The middle is your growth, where you fail and fail and fail. And when you fail, that's good enough. Fail some more. How else are you going to live? And then your end is when you finally have the money, your character will shine through. Money won't define you.
And the thing I liked about what she said was, you don't need to have everything in order to start, but you can be able to make use of the network that is around you to grow your channel. And that is one of the things that I'm really hoping to do. And of course, one of the most significant things is I am actively going to be collaborating with many other content creators, because that's the only way we can be able to grow our communities and even introduce you to some of the amazing people that I meet. So that will happen very, very soon. We had 3 creators who now shared their experience. One from South Africa, Tato Rampedi.
I've always been a creative who always shows people what he does, right? So I was doing vlogs, having a really cool time, and then as I was going, I was saying, no man, this thing can't be done alone. So I bring in a friend to collab to help me grow my channel. Got to a point where I could bring other creators like Zita Weezy, they could help me grow my channel too. So in university, I'm in my final year, I'm like, yo, I have to make a decision where I'm going to become a full-time content creator or an engineer. So in that final year, I'm applying for graduate programs, I'm applying to work at certain banks because I was doing industrial and systems engineering, so I could go into consulting. So I get a job at this one bank, and they're cool, we're happy for you to work here, and it was like a permanent offer, it wasn't even a graduate program, it was like a different department. And then from there, I'm there like, yo, but I really want to become a YouTuber, and I really want to create shows and storytelling stuff. So I'm looking at the offer, I'm looking at being a full-time content creator, so I go to my dad, and he's like, obviously, you have to be an engineer. Then my mom was like, yo, while you were studying engineering, we're never really happy, so maybe try to do what your heart is saying. So now I look at the 2 things, I'm like, okay, cool. If that's the case, let me save this year. So now finally, I'm getting brand deals, working with all these brands, and I'm saving everything. Like if I would get like a 10K, I'd spend like 200 grand and then save the rest, because I knew next year I have to become a full-time content creator, and I might get absolutely no deals. So now, around like June, July, or early in the year, people are like, yo, there's this new program, the YouTube Black program. I was like, yo, let me apply for this thing. So I applied for it, and then they're like, yo, hey, Tato, see that you applied, here's like an email, I'm sure all of you guys got it. And they made us sign the right? So now we're going to the meeting and they're like, hey, we love your work. They said it so passively. They're like, hey, we love your work, hit it. So when I give you, you know, this amount of money, so I'm thinking rands. Then I'm like, oh, cool. They're like, in dollars. So I was like, I'm there in the meeting, I'm like, okay, cool, so I'm checking. Give me how much money? So now I've got the savings, I've got this amount of money. And they're like, I signed that NDA, yeah, but I gotta tell my boys. So I'm like, yo, Lucas, I'm getting this thing. They said I'm gonna get this amount of money. They're like, oh, cool. I'm like, in dollars. And then from there, I was just like, wow, that's such a life-changing thing, right? So I'm gonna tell you guys how I actually spend my money. So with that money, I got it all at once, into my bank account. I was like, yeah. You know, what can you change if you came, you know? And you can cut out on pay. You know what I'm saying? Because I had dollars in the account. So now I'm there, okay, cool, I can't be too excited. So my dad's very financial, he went to Harvard, so he told me about money. My mom's a graduate, so she's like a lawyer. So my brother's an economist, I still studying engineering, so the whole family, you know what I'm saying, you get it. So now because I studied engineering, my other background, they taught me money management, right? Yeah. So I'm like, okay, cool, I've got this money, and let's do a scenario where I don't make money for the next 2 years. So I do exactly that, I break it down, say, okay, cool. Yeah, I think I'd like to obviously move out, I'd like to get a team, I need an editor. So I start planning all those things, I'm like, okay, wait, let me not get too excited because I still do have the time to do the things myself. So now, I made my life a little bit easier because I hired an editor here and hired an editor there. But then I was really passionate about creating shows. So now, I had this one idea, which was from the guys in the UK, Chance and Vinny and them, right? They were doing Does This Shoot Fit? It's like a speed dating show. So I'm like, yo, I want to make the same show in South Africa. And I was like, okay, cool, this thing's gonna be expensive. Now I'm doing research, okay, I need a director, I need a producer, sounding, color grade. I'm like, okay, cool, I want it to look really good because I want people to know me for quality. So I did all that research, and then from there I was like, okay, cool, let me do this thing by myself first. So I was a director, I was a producer, I was the editor. I made a speed dating show called Looking for Mjolo. So now we post the show, episode 1, it trends on YouTube. I'm like, yo, that's crazy. Episode 2 trends too. Twitter, everyone's speaking about it, right? Because I made YouTubers go on dates with YouTubers. It's really cool. You guys should watch it. So then from there, obviously that show trending and doing well, it made me a lot of money on AdSense. So then I took that money and made season 2. And then with season 2, I was able to get a director and a producer because I had the budget. Then from there, season 2 did the same thing, it trends again. So now brands will be like, yo, this looks really cool. So in season 3, we got this really cool brand, Mr. D Food. They're like equivalent to like an Uber Eats, right? So they give me basically the amount of money that the YouTube Black Fund gave me for season 3 of the show. And then from there, we made a banging season. I got a director, I got a producer, I got an editor, a color grader, all these cool things. And then from there, I learned so many roles from what the class was telling me, because as I was doing the show, I was part of the class. So the class was teaching me about like business, money management, financial planning. And I was always just creating on my phone and just vlogging. But because of being a part of the class, I was able to operate as a business. And now I'm still operating as a business, 2 years running, and we're still good. You know, the money's still clean. You know what I'm saying? Everything's still good.
And then we had Miss Monday from Kenya who spoke, and it was really inspiring to listen to what she had to say, and I'll put a small clip of what she said.
One of the advice that we got was from our host today, the Financial Bunny. She's actually an amazing speaker, and I loved her class. I remember that day I poured myself a glass of wine. I was like, ooh, yeah, let's learn. And she echoed something I'd already set in motion. See, 2 years ago, or rather 3 years ago, I quit my job. I had saved up my own money, and I said, I'm gonna do YouTube full time. And that money I had saved up, I kind of made a plan with it, but the most important thing that I did was I set up a company. So I stopped being Mandy Sarrow, I became a digital production house. And I loved that in the class, she echoed already the things I had set in motion. And one of those things is, again, registering the company, stop seeing yourself as just a YouTuber. You know, a lot of us believe we should just be, oh, I'm a YouTuber, I'm a YouTuber, I'm a YouTuber, but you're a digital production house. You own one, right? It's on YouTube. You have an audience. You gotta stop looking at yourself as just a one-man show. In my opinion, I loved that because I'd already set it in motion. And Financial Bunny said, create systems. A lot of us YouTubers, we get money and we think all of it is ours. We eat it all. That's not how it works. That's not how you scale. Major production houses scale mainly because they have a team. And the team, I know a lot of us are afraid. We're thinking, oh my God, I have to hire so many people. I have to do all these things. I personally believe in outsourcing. I love that please remind me your name. Yes, Mama Nels. She went on to say, like, you know, being a human-centric kind of business. You can have people on a part-time basis and work with them and they can be able to help you scale. Training them is important. And apart from that, another system that you can definitely create is just getting yourself organized. Taxes, creating a digital tech stack where, you know, I've automated stuff. You know what I mean? You should be sitting here comfortably, but an episode has gone up. That is how you get organized. And another thing is learn all those departments. I know we always rush to like getting an editor, but what is your editing style? You know, you gotta be able to teach somebody that. So that's another part of the system. Understanding that flaw before you bring somebody on board is important because that's the easiest way to get swindled. You get swindled by somebody who's gonna tell you all this stuff, I can do this, I can do this, I can do this, and then you're wondering why are you not getting what they're saying. It's also because you didn't know how that system works. So understand the system. And honestly, I truly believe it's much easier to win when you have a team. And the team can be very lean. A lot of businesses have lean teams, 2-3 people behind the machine, and it's keeping it moving. So get a team, even just one person, an assistant. So you're at a show, who's taking your behind the scenes? How you gonna kill it on the gram?
Yes.
How you gonna kill it on YouTube Shorts? Have a small team. It does not need to be a big team. And like I said, automate, 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 automate. It is very important to automate.
Then finally, we had the Critics Company from Nigeria who spoke about their journey as well. And I don't know if you guys remember, there is a movie that they did, was probably 2018 or 2019, that went viral on social media, which was done using their phone, and it has a lot of effects. And they right now are really huge in that particular space. And one of the things that he talked about was, let me just put the clip.
A couple of years later, we started making films with visual effects. We learned everything that we know how to do through YouTube because there are like no film schools in Nigeria. There are a few film schools, but they can't even teach us what we learned how to do on YouTube. So we learned visual effects. 2018, we created what I call the first starting piece to the domino effect that makes us who we are. And it's a short film titled Chase. We're like, oh, okay, let's make sci-fi films in Nigeria because, you know, you hardly ever hear of sci-fi films in Nigeria. And we're like, oh, first sci-fi film in northern Nigeria. And we made Chase and we put it out in 2018. As you can see here, this was like 7 months. This screenshot was gotten 7 months after the film's release. And we had only 615 views. But it was one of the best things that ever happened to us. You know, you get those banners like, oh, congratulations on your 500 views milestone. And you're like, king of the world, that sort of thing. And you know what's funny? We were so happy with what we had did. And we made another sci-fi short film that we thought that, okay, people would take serious and they'll be like, oh yeah, this boy is having at least something good, right? And nothing really came until about a year after this short film was released, Chase. And we got featured on Reuters TV. They are not so, I don't know, as of the time that they interviewed us, we did not know who they were. I know Al Jazeera, I know BBC, I know these people. They featured us on their platform. I remember being in my school, university, and I was sitting in the crowd of about 500 students, and I'm on Twitter, and this feature goes up, and I'm just there in all this noise, and nobody knows what has happened to me. Nobody knows the kind of joy that I'm feeling. I want to shout and say, everybody, let's start making videos! Let's start making films! And little did I know, this feature created an explosion. You know, got featured on Al Jazeera, BBC, and it was pretty cool. Hence this explosion logo here. You know, this happened as young people. We had issues of life, you know, from parents, from things that we did not expect, and also trying to be filmmakers at the same time. This feature gave our channel like a very big push. You know, got up to like 55,000 subscribers. But the funny thing is that we were not prepared for it. From my story, you guys can tell that we are really more filmmakers. Worst part were filmmaker brothers, filmmaking brothers, and not really YouTubers, right? Because we were not consistent. We were just like, oh, let's go make our film, put it. Let's go make our film, put it. That was what mattered to us, right? So years after, or a few months after gaining this recognition, a lot of people were like, oh, you guys should put out stuff, right? But we're not used to that kind of life, so our channel struggled really bad. And 2021, I am on the computer working on King of Boys. Some of you might know what King of Boys is. And I go on YouTube, and I'm seeing this banner, YouTube Black Voices Fund. YouTube Black Voices Fund. I saw that thing a million times, exaggeration, but I saw it a million times. And I did not click on it because for some reason I was like, oh, okay. I feel like we had applied for a couple of things, so we were discouraged that, oh, okay, this one wouldn't work. Right, but marketing team, in our work. I eventually clicked on it and we're like, okay, let's apply. And same thing with that, you know, that email came in. I was like, oh, okay. It's all good. And yeah, that's why we are here. And I was like, we all like to say the rest is history, right? Now, I've given you an insight into who we are, a bit of insight into who we are, and the plans for us as a collective in the future. To be honest, I remember the first day that we had a call with our partner manager, I knew that we were going on a very interesting journey. I knew it was going to be a beautiful one. We are all here together, beautiful faces, beautiful people, beautiful creators from all over Africa, and it is just inspiring to see, right? Our YouTube partner manager helped us develop some sort of consistency with the content that we put on the channel, and this feels like a new dawn, and I'm pretty sure it is almost the same for everybody on this page.
Listening to him at this particular time and just thinking about that moment again, I could finally be able to see that YouTube is a place where it doesn't matter who you are, you can have a voice on the platform. And there is no pressure to be anyone else other than yourself. It's you, Tube.
A few weeks ago, we did a community screening of a short film we made with Morgan Freeman. I'm trying to stop it, yes?
Let it go.
It was one of the most inspiring things for us because we were able to get our apartment with the fund. We had not been able to kind of like go home, so we went home and we did this screening. And you know, I'm coming from Kudende. Nobody knows what Kudende is. Nobody knows. Yeah, it's what like the trenches. Nobody knows what. Some people don't even know that a state like Kaduna exists. And we come from our place, and like this. And like these children get to make a film with Morgan Freeman, and that was what the screening meant for us, to let all the other young people in our community know that it's possible.
Yes.
It's possible for the audience. I used to see people cry. You know that, right? Oh my God.
No, you're crying. I'm not crying.
To everyone here today, you are all amazing.
You're sweaty.
I would liken this experience to a bird learning to fly, a young bird learning to fly. And I believe that we have all learned to fly. And it's just up to each and every one of us to spread our wings and take off.
Yep.
So, thank you.
And that for me, that speech that he made, that for me was the highlight of the whole trip. The whole trip. Because I could see the fire in his heart and the amount of passion that they have put into their craft. And even when you watch now the content that they do now, you can still see they love what they do. And in the afternoon now, towards the evening, guys rested a bit. We had lunch and all that. And then now, in the evening now was another big celebration where we were going to the aquarium. This was now a bigger event than the one we had the previous night. And now the official graduation where they would get their jackets as well, which were awesome. And then the new class was also announced. And then after that, there was an awesome performance by a South African musician, and people partied on even after this, and it was amazing. It was just amazing.
Say hi to the vlog.
Hi, vlog.
It was a lot of fun. I'm trying to look for words to add here. Day 3 was our very last day there on Wednesday. Of course, you know, view, breakfast. And then we had a small meeting with guys to be able to we got a nice tracksuit, customized for everyone. And now just waiting to be able to go back. Started our journey at about 5 p.m. That's when we left Capetown to go to the airport. Our flight was about 8 p.m. there, and we went to Joburg. There, our flight was starting at around midnight or something, like almost 1 a.m. So that would now get to Nairobi at 7 a.m. And back in Nairobi, Team Kenya is here. We are here. We are tired, but we are here. And now back to regular programming. So I think one of the biggest things about this whole experience is I feel privileged and lucky to have been a part of this and to even share the stage with so many other amazing creators on the continent, and everyone is doing an amazing job with whatever they are doing. And I think one of the key takeaways for me was there needs to be a bigger concerted effort amongst ourselves as creators to work together and to hold each other's hand depending on whatever you're doing. We can all, if we wanted, we can all try and succeed alone, but I think there is more joy and more fulfillment when we work together and when we help each other to grow. So at this moment, congratulations first of all to the new class of 2023. Please take time and enjoy this moment and make full use all the opportunities that will come your way because of being part of the YouTube Black Voices class of 2023. Secondly, congratulations to Susie's Homestead for hitting 100,000 subscribers. We wanted it to happen in Capetown. It didn't, but it's okay. It's happened, and congratulations on the same. And if you're there as a content creator and you're wondering how you can be able to get such opportunities, the truth of the matter is keep working at what you are doing and the opportunities will come. It may be or it may not be YouTube Black Voices, but opportunities will come your way if you stay consistent with what you're doing. The biggest hurdle to success in this field of content creation is that so many people give up too early. You're just about to succeed and then you give up. You're just about to make it and then you give up. Please, please, for the love of God, don't give up. Please. Your success is around the corner. There are so many, and I'll give you just a small example. On this channel, we have done over 200 long form videos and about 100 shorts. But the truth of the matter is, less than 10% of the content that I've done has given me the audience, which is you guys. I have one particular video that has brought in over 9,000 subscribers of the 44,000 that I have. I have several videos that have done 1,000 subscribers each, and I have videos that have minus some subscribers. So if you want to really grow an audience, at the end of the day, you're not sure, you can't predict which of your videos is the one that's going to blow up on the channel. Sometimes you can know which videos will get more views, but you can never truly predict how your trajectory will ever be unless you stay consistent. And I'm among those people who I have not gone viral before. I have consistently just been growing as a content creator, and it's okay. It's okay to have that as your story. The story of you grind every single day, you work hard at the thing that you want to achieve, and finally, you will achieve it. So that's been my experience with YouTube Black in Cape Town. I'm excited because I'm about to do another trip as this video is being recorded. I'm about to do another trip, but as you wait for that one, you can also watch the one that I did. We went to Paris, and who knows, maybe we can make this a series of me traveling to different places around the world, because believe me, 2023 we're gonna travel a bit more. But in the meantime, watch this video so that you see the travel that I did to Paris. I'll see you in the next one.